You done lost your mind. Probably the older one, not the younger one, though. I feel, and it's just my opinion alone, that the 1988, I'm saying a year, 1988, Mike Tyson would knock out Wladimir or Vitaly Klitschko in any of their prime or the ones that will fight now. That's just my opinion, and I'm just saying off of the head movement. If you don't know, I'm T-Street Controversies. It's T-Street Controversy Live, 1:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, October the 17th, 2014. So if you don't know, Wladimir Klitschko, 62-3 with 51 knockouts. Is it 62-3? 62-3 with 52 knockouts. 6'6", 240 to 250 pounds, all muscle, and he's got skills. Now, when it comes to fighting dirty, he can fight dirty. When it comes to holding, he'll hold your ass to death. He'll hold the night away. When it comes to defense, his defense is actually pretty good when you factor in he's using his defense to hold you. Now, this may seem like a Wladimir Klitschko hate video. No, it's not. I'm a Wladimir Klitschko fan, even though I was a big bro Klit fan, Vitaly Klitschko. So let's talk about the belts. Wladimir Klitschko, right now, October the 17th, 2014, has the WBO. The WBA, that's two belts, WBA Super World and WBA World. The IBO and the IBF. The other belt, the WBC, his brother had. His brother went to retire and go work in politics in the Ukraine before all that conflict started going on with Russia. So Vitaly Klitschko earlier this year, 2014, vacated his belt. Bermane Stiverne and Chris Arreola first fought to be the #1 contender to fight Vitaly Klitschko for the belt before he retired. So after Vitaly retired, there was a rematch for Bermane Stiverne and Chris Arreola to fight for the vacated belt. Bermane Stiverne won. Bermane Stiverne is going to be taking on Deontay Wilder sometime in maybe December or January of 2015, meaning December of 2014 and January of 2015. So what I'm saying to you is, if you notice, these belts are kind of like all roads lead to Klitschko. Wladimir Klitschko right now is going to be taking on Kubrat Pulev. If you don't know who Kubrat Pulev is, of Bulgaria, he's good. He's tentative, he's good. He's provisional, but he's good. You know, he seems sometimes unsure, but he's good. And I'm talking about in particularly, watch the fight with him and Tony Thompson. Tony the Tiger Thompson is a left-handed fighter, and put it this way, the left-handed style and the height and the reach of Tony Thompson was giving Pulev problems. Now Pulev ended up, putting him down later on in the fight, ended up winning the fight by decision. But what I'm saying is this: if Pulev loses to Klitschko, it's going to be because of work rate. Wladimir Klitschko can jab you to death, and if he can't, he'll hold you, but he'll make sure that his punches count, and he hits hard. Kubrat Pulev, the good thing going for him is he fights with his hands high, and he has some speed to it, and he's got some pop. He's got bounce with him, like as far as he's not a slow, lumbering, just come straight for you. And just to throw a name out of there, I hate to use it, but Derek Chisora type fighter. He's got some, like with him. So he was having trouble getting in against Tony Thompson. Now Tony Thompson, if I'm correct, has maybe about an inch, if not an inch. I forgot who's taller. I forgot. I'm not gonna say. But basically, him and Klitschko are around the same height. Now, Pulev is a little shorter. Pulev is about 6'4", 34 years old. So what I'm saying is that he's going to have to get past the jab first. Now, if he's able to get past the jab and he's able to avoid Wladimir Klitschko's holding, then he has a good chance of knocking out Vlad. Vlad is 38 years old. He'll be 39 in March. And he's just been he hasn't lost since April of 2004. That's like almost 4,000 days. that he has not lost. So when you think about the last person who had the chance, or no, who had a chance to probably beat him was David Haye, his goddamn toe. So I'm not just saying Pulev has a chance just to be saying he has a chance. I'm saying like, oh, well, if Klitschko lose, don't be surprised. Because I'll sit here and do these videos, and then when the fight comes, you know, I get, listen, I'm going to tell you what happens. What happens is I get all this racism from like Wladimir Klitschko fans, like once I cover the fight, and then some of the stuff I can't even understand and being broken English. I'm dead serious. So I'm going to be covering the fight live. Right below in the comments, you're going to see like all this craziness. So I'm T-Street Controversy. I didn't introduce myself, and this is T-Street Controversy Live, and I cover boxing. I cover every single major fight live, me and my colleagues down at Real Combat Media, the website below. So even if you want any boxing interviews with trainers, managers, people in the sport, interviews are right below. Also all my videos right below. Boxing articles, breaking news right below. There's a boxing poll. Click the link. I've been talking about it, so there's no reason why for the last 20 seconds you didn't click the link. Open up a new tab. On the right side, there's a boxing poll for Hopkins versus Kovalev. Now, Wladimir Klitschko. See, let's talk about the heavyweights. You got Marco Huck, who'll probably be moving up. Most likely, he's moving up. Alexander Povetkin, he's out of the way. You got Malik Scott taking on Alex Leope. Remember, Wladimir Klitschko knocked him out. You got Deontay Wilder. Everybody wants to see him do something to get somebody. You got Bermane Stiverne. You got Chris Arreola. You got Amir Mansour, Steve Cunningham, Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua, even though he's still a prospect. Who am I missing? The big Chinese guy or the Japanese, I don't know what he is. I'm not being disrespectful. That new one, he just came and he like real slow. I know I'm missing some names. Bryant Jennings, of course. Carlos Takam. Mike Perez. The heavyweight, see what I'm saying? David Haye. What I'm trying to get to is that there was times, you know, where there was a whole bunch of heavyweights we didn't even know. And no, I didn't mention that. I'm not mentioning his name. Because I haven't, and think about what I'm saying, because I haven't said it in the video, period. So, we got some good heavyweights coming up that've been fighting, you know, and doing the right thing to get, you know, to where they need to. For example, Mike Perez and Brian Jennings, Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora. You know, you had Deontay Wilder, you know, Malik Scott, and I would like to. So it's hard to talk about people who ain't been fighting and just stalking, and I got a stalker right now myself. So it's hard to be I'm thinking like, how's he getting the money for all this? Like somebody is putting him up to this. Like somebody said, like, here, you're going to take this boat. And he just seeing Klitschko just on his own. They're like, it looks like it's staged, but I don't think so. Honestly, I really don't think it's staged. I think every time Vlad be like, what the fuck, what is this shit? Like, how did he get here? He's not, who gave this guy a passport? Please subscribe. I'll cover every single major event in live this weekend. I'm going to be doing October the 18th. It's actually going to be on the 19th after Hopkins versus Kovalev 24/7. I'm going to be doing something called Google Hangout. It's a live streaming, interactive boxing discussion. So you'll be able to go get your beer. See, people talk all that. This dog always snores on my videos. People always talk all that, you know, professional and all that. Nah, we homies. Like, you know, so just so happen we homies. We all know how to talk about boxing. So, you know, on Saturday night, going into Sunday morning, if you're in the United States, go get you some beer, do whatever you do, kick back, join my show. We're going to be here live. So basically what you're going to do is you type in Hopkins versus Kovalev, and I'm going to pop up right there. You're going to be live. You know, I'm hoping I'll just be right there. So, T-Street Controversy Live, please subscribe.